Most older men assume that when a younger woman smiles at them, it is only a simple act of politeness. They think it is nothing more than good manners or casual friendliness. But psychology suggests there is often something much deeper behind. That smile, something layered with meaning. A smile, especially from someone younger, can carry signals of curiosity, respect, comfort, or even admiration. Today, we will carefully explore these hidden reasons and explain why those smiles may not always mean what you imagine on the surface. The first reason is confidence, without effort. As men grow older, they often begin to carry themselves with a natural calmness that does not need to be forced. This calmness is not about acting tough or trying to dominate a room, but about having lived long enough to not seek approval for every action. Older men usually stop chasing validation because they have already experienced enough of life to know their own worth. They are no longer desperate to impress anyone. This quiet strength gives them an effortless confidence, one that does not come from loud behavior or bold words, but from a steady inner balance that others can sense immediately. That quiet confidence is something younger women notice almost instantly. It is not something they need to think about consciously, it is simply felt. A man who is relaxed in his own skin, who is not restless or insecure, creates an atmosphere that feels safe and comfortable. This energy naturally draws attention and often makes younger women smile without even realizing why. The smile is not always about attraction. Sometimes it is just a spontaneous reaction to the calm confidence they are sensing. The second reason is mature energy. Younger women often spend much of their time around men their own age who may be immature, inconsistent, or unsure of themselves. Many young men are still searching for who they are, which makes their actions unpredictable or unsteady. In contrast, an older man radiates stability. He has been through challenges, learned lessons, and built a steady foundation for himself. His maturity is not only visible in the way he acts, but also in the way he handles pressure, speaks, and makes decisions. For a younger woman, this sense of maturity can feel refreshing, because it offers a contrast to the uncertainty she may often face with younger peers. That difference naturally sparks curiosity, which may express itself in something as simple as a smile. The third reason is a different kind of presence. In today's world, many people are constantly distracted by their phones, trying to appear stylish or competing to look important. Older men, however, are often past the stage of trying to act cool for attention. They do not need to prove themselves through trends or constant noise. When they walk into a room, they bring a grounded energy. Their presence is steady, calm, and unforced. This type of energy does not shout for attention, yet it draws people in. Younger women notice this kind of presence because it feels rare and valuable. Without saying a single word, an older man can capture attention simply by being fully present in the moment. The fourth reason is subtle style. For many older men, style is not about wearing flashy brands or trying to look 21 again. Instead, it is about a kind of quiet elegance, clean grooming, well-fitted clothes, and simple but thoughtful choices that reflect who they are. Subtle style is not loud, yet it speaks volumes. It shows that the man knows himself well enough to dress in a way that matches his identity, not someone else's expectation. Younger women often notice these details because they reveal authenticity. A man who does not try to be someone he is not shows strength, and that strength can be very appealing. The fifth reason is father figure psychology. Here is the part most men never realize. According to psychology, some younger women unconsciously seek the protective energy of an older man. This does not mean they want a father, but rather that they are drawn to the safe and stable presence that older men often radiate. Life can feel uncertain, and people naturally gravitate towards stability. At times, a smile is her way of saying, "I feel safe around you." It is less about romance and more about the comfort of knowing that she is in the presence of someone who carries protective, grounded energy. The sixth reason is curiosity about experience. Experience itself carries its own form of attraction. A smile from a younger woman can sometimes mean she is intrigued, wondering what stories, lessons, and adventures you carry with you. Older men have lived through more seasons of life, faced different challenges, and gathered unique wisdom. Younger men may have energy, but they often lack this depth of experience. For a younger woman, even the possibility of what an older man might share the lessons, the stories, the perspective can spark curiosity. That curiosity sometimes reveals itself through a smile. The seventh reason is the aura of not needing. Unlike many younger men who may constantly look for attention or validation, older men often carry an independence that sets them apart. They do not depend on anyone's attention to feel valued, and this independence creates an invisible aura. That very sense of not needing approval or validation can be magnetic. Ironically, the less you need attention, the more attractive you become. It is a quiet paradox. Indifference, when rooted in confidence, draws people in more strongly than trying too hard ever could. So the next time a younger woman smiles at you, do not overthink it. Do not assume it is always about attraction, because it is not. Sometimes it is respect. Sometimes it is curiosity. Sometimes it is just a simple acknowledgement of the energy you carry. Every smile has its own story, and it may be telling you something far deeper than you expect. Here is something important to remember. Women are naturally tuned in to details that men often overlook. They notice subtle signals, quiet gestures, and the way a person carries himself. If you master your confidence, your presence, and your style, then you will not need to wonder why she smiled. You will already understand. The smile will no longer be a mystery, but rather a reflection of the energy you project into the world.